Welcome back to Comics, to Hot Comics TV, and Mr. Burns, Mr. Charles Burns. Okay, so this is another book. This is Charles Burns' Love Nest. Cornelius. I don't know what Cornelius is about, but anyway, that's a normal comic. Vampirella. Haha. Anyway, we'll take a look at this later on. Let's talk about Charlie, Mr. Burns. Mr. Charles Burns went to college with Matt Groening. I said that before, didn't I? That's why Mr. Burns is called Mr. Burns, because Matt Groening called him after his friend from college, Mr. Charles Burns. This is an awesome book. It's a tiny book, but it's awesome. Look at this. I forgot. I put these, I don't know. When did it come out? It's still pretty available. This is awesome, this book. And yeah. Now, let's talk about one thing that gripes me and irks me and kind of annoys me a lot, and it's the coloring of things. Now, Mr. Burns was born in, I don't know when, but he appreciates original flat coloring, which is the way it should be done, not the special effects and silly things. This is outstanding stuff. So, look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Beautiful material, as usual. Love Nest, Cornelius. I don't know if these are SERPs of books or these are dedicated panels that he did for this specific book. But it's quite beautiful, the workload that he's putting into this collection. And we got his immaculate brushwork that he's sort of applying there. He knows how to work with light and shadow. This is the chiaroscuro sort of technique that you use high contrast light and dark and shadow. That's what chiaroscuro means in Italian, which is light and shadow. Oh, light and dark, to be more specific. So the way that he depicts his character design is flawless. I mean, and brushwork is outstanding. I mentioned this in the previous video dedicated to his work, that he was talking to Dan Klaus, and I think the conversation was that what type of brushes they used, what Wizard and Newton brushes they used. So that's funny. But it's this whole, it kind of has an approach of pop art, I feel, which is from that period of 50s to 60s comics that Roy Lichtenstein. And he's also bringing his game from, or influence maybe from, Jack Kirby. In the previous video, we can sort of see that he did an homage to that, and to Wally Wood's work as well. This is beautiful. But again, I sort of feel that he's bringing a little bit of the pop art. This looks like something out of Roy Lichtenstein, which Roy Lichtenstein would take a panel from a comic book from a comic book strip or something, and then from those romance comics that were being published back in the day, and then he will blow that up to like a meter by maybe 2 meters by 2 meters, and that's the art that he was selling to galleries. And a lot of artists were complaining that was plagiarism, but anyway, he was doing his own spin on things. But this is very reminiscent to that. Obviously, this is all original from Mr. Burns, what he's doing here. Beautiful work. That looks very Roy Lichtenstein-ish. Beautiful stuff. And it's also the bizarre Twilight Zone, horror, science fiction material that he's bringing onto the table. I mean, look at that. Something quite not right with a lot of the scenes, something obscure and horrible could potentially happen. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Ha ha ha, look at that. Outstanding. Very thick paper. The production of this book is immaculate. We'll go over it very soon. I just want to go through the pages. Looks almost something out of Black Hole. All the romance and drama. Also, they almost look like they're a cover for a record, sleeve. It's like he captured something from a film. Just beautiful stuff. Little Abner? What's going on? And how's he able to flex from beautiful characters to these monster creature, designs? It's quite the thing. There's new publications that just came out. I haven't really got my hands around them yet, but I'm planning to take a look at that. I really want to take a look at the works of Charles Burns. There's a few things that, like El Borja or Big Baby, that escape me because these things sell out, and the public, I mean, his audience, his fans are quite ravenous about it, and these things don't get published again, and they just become very inflated on the market. So I haven't been able to get my hands on his early works, because El Borja was published also on the Heavy Metal magazine back in the 80s. Before Fantagraphics printed it again, and I would love to see that being reprinted or collected on a bigger book. I mean, Dan Klaus has done it. I don't know why we haven't been getting any of that for Charles Burns. I'm pretty sure that a new book would be with a collection of his early works, like a big Bible of his works, would be amazing to see. It's beautiful work. It's almost like a film that I haven't seen, some of these panels. Filmed by David Lynch or something. Beautiful material. Beautiful work. Okay, there it is. Charles Burns. Love Nest. The production of this book, it feels like they're using some sort of texture fabric, and they wrap that around for the cover, and then the foil, the asteroid or rock on top with metallic silver foil. It's quite beautiful, this book. And oh, they got foiling on the spine as well, and at the back as well. So it's got quite the spine of it. It's all stitch bound, and the pages are quite thick. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. I highly recommend this book. Charles Burns. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Please like and subscribe and all those good things. You have a lovely day. Take care. Bye bye.